Have you ever wondered why a person acts calm today and suddenly irritable the next day? Well, today I'll be showing you how the endocrine system, through hormones, influences our mood, behavior, and even our personality. And I want to ask you, what exactly do you think the endocrine system is, and how does it connect to our personality?
Well, an endocrine system can be defined as a network of ductless glands which releases hormones directly into the bloodstreams. These hormones in turn affect and controls our mood, emotions, and behavior. Now, personality on the other hand, this is the consistent pattern of feelings, thoughts, and emotions.
Okay, so you're saying hormones actually influence how we behave?
Now, let me give you a simple but critical example in our daily life. When an individual is hungry for a long period of time, the pancreas releases less insulin and then the blood sugar level drops. Now, this change in hormones actually affect the person. Now, the person gets irritated easily, angered easily, and even tends to behave in a manner or behavior you do not know the person to be of. So now, these hormonal changes affect the person's personality, making the person act awkwardly or different from the person you know.
Some from major endocrine glands like hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, adrenal glands, pineal, pancreas, and gonads. And each of these glands releases specific hormones that regulate the body balance, also known as homeostasis.
Class is disturbed, behavior can change.
Exactly. When hormones are balanced, emotions are stable. But when they are not, personality traits can shift noticeably.
Okay, why do you think the pituitary gland is often called the master gland?
Oh, it's often called the master gland because it controls other glands in the endocrine system. It releases hormones like oxytocin that affect trust, bonding, empathy, and mood.
When bonding feels weaker or stronger, hormones may be involved.
Yeah, when pituitary hormones changes, it influences emotional closeness, stress level that affects personality.
Okay, thank you so much. What do you think happens inside the body the moment we feel threatened or under pressure?
Okay, the adrenal gland releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. The adrenaline triggers fight or the flight reaction, while the cortisol manages prolonged stress.
How does this show in behavior?
Through cravings and appetite. The adrenal gland releases hormones that affect our cravings for food, especially the cortisol. The cortisol increases our cravings for food like sugary food. Sometimes you may feel I just want to eat sweet things throughout this week. That's as a result of the cortisol. Another one is the fight or flight reaction. When your body feels threatened, the adrenal gland releases adrenaline, which in turn affects your body and tries to prepare you for danger. For example, you see two persons see an oncoming train, and then you see that you realize that one of the persons faints, maybe as a result of shock. That's as a result of the way that person's adrenaline gland responded to him. And the other person may try to run away. That's as a result of also the way that person's adrenaline gland responds to him.
Why do some people seem restless and others constantly drained?
That's the work of thyroid gland. It controls metabolism and energy level. Overactive thyroid gland can lead to anxiety and irritability, while an underactive gland can lead to anxiety, depression, and social withdrawal.
So personality energy is not just an attitude.
Yes, exactly. Hormones play a major role.
How does lack of sleep change how we act?
The pineal gland releases melatonin, the hormone that tells us when to sleep and when to wake up. Lack of sleep can make us emotionally weak or emotionally working, and it makes us irritable to every single thing.
So you're saying personalities can shift due to lack of sleep?
Yes, sure.
Have you ever noticed how hunger can change a person's mood?
Well, I think that is the pancreas at work. It releases insulin to regulate blood sugar level. So if the blood sugar level is low, it causes irritability and depression. And first, I also think you need to know what pancreas is before you know the work of a pancreas. The pancreas is a large gland behind the stomach that releases digestive enzymes into the duodenum.
So anger is not an attitude?
No, definitely it is not. It is just a hormonal response that affects emotional change.
Imbalance actually alter a person's personality?
Yes.
How, please?
Excess cortisol can actually lead to chronic stress. Low serotonin can lead to depression. Dopamine imbalance can lead to impulsive or unmotivated behavior.
So you're saying illness or stress can temporarily change who we appear to be?
Exactly.
Thank you. We've come to the end of our social experiments, and you can see the big takeaway out of this is that the endocrine system plays a central role in shaping our behavior, mood, actions, and our personality.